some people came and they said they wanted to, we have quite a bit of uranium here, quite a bit. And some people came and they said they wanted to export uranium. I said, no, I will not allow anybody to export our uranium because we need it. We need it here. We need it for our power generation. So if you hear that, then don't be surprised. I am the one who stopped the export of uranium, and I will not allow it as long as I'm in charge here. Exploitation of our indigenous uranium resource to preserve it for powering Uganda's nuclear power plants as a means of providing adequate electricity for socio-economic development. I've just returned from Algeria, where I had the opportunity of visiting the Nuclear Research Institute of Algiers. I was impressed by the strides made by the government of the Republic of Algeria. I wish to note that nuclear specialists in the country are currently trained abroad, but now government is fast-tracking the establishment of the Center for Nuclear Science and Technology at Soroti University. The center will play a critical role for human capital development and will facilitate nuclear research and development in the country. The International Atomic Energy Agency is a key partner in promoting the safe, secure, and peaceful use of nuclear energy. Uganda remains committed to a strong partnership with the agency towards this end. In May 2022, I received the agency report on the Integrated Nuclear Infrastructure Review Mission. This report guided the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development to further prepare the country for nuclear power development. Some of the studies included identifying suitable sites for nuclear installations, reviewing the Atomic Energy Act of 2008 to strengthen the legal regime for nuclear safety, security, safeguards for nuclear material, civil nuclear liability, and maintaining the nuclear institutional framework, among other nuclear infrastructure assessments. Relatedly, preparation to evaluate a nuclear power plant site in eastern Uganda, across the shores of Lake Victoria in Buyende, is ongoing to pave the way for the first nuclear power project, expected to generate 2,000 megawatts, with the first 1,000 megawatts to be connected to the national grid by 2031. Uganda welcomes collaboration with fellow African countries and other international bilateral partners to enhance the contribution of nuclear power to climate change mitigation, energy security, and sustainable development. The issue of nuclear power in Africa is a must, because some years ago, I challenged our people to total up the total hydropower potential of the rivers in Africa. The River Congo, the rivers in Ethiopia, this River Nile here, the River Niger, the Zambezi, all these rivers, I think their potential is around 300,000 megawatts. And as you hear, sometimes the water is not reliable. The other source of power is solar. That one is good, clean energy, but it still has some issues of storage and so on. And I've been following the cost of a unit per kilowatt hour. They say it has now come to about 7.1 American cents, which will be good. Therefore, the option of nuclear is a very wise one, and we should not waste time on that, as we normally do with other issues concerning Africa. We should support it because it is the one which is quite reliable. The only problem is the storage of the material, which after it has been used. In Algeria, I saw they are even desalinating seawater to use the water for humans and for plants. I asked them, but I didn't get the cost of doing that. How much does it cost to desalinate seawater? I hope we should do, some people could get us that, because that would also add to a huge capacity, huge potential. We could be able to immunize ourselves against all these other dangers caused by climate change, causing shortage to fresh water. Uganda continues to address the issue of the affordability of power in order to support industrialization. This government has put in place arrangements to ensure direct supply of power to industrial parks with a target of tariff of 5 US cents per kilowatt hour. The pressing demands to meet the energy needs in an environmentally friendly manner has made nuclear power very competitive compared to other technologies. Nuclear energy is comparable to large hydro, but the latter is highly dependent on the hydrology of the reservoir. Learning from the electricity crisis in Uganda of 2005, which was a result of a drought, as wise people, we have no option but to diversify our electricity generation mix to have sufficient base load to spur industrialization. Undoubtedly, constructing a nuclear power plant may seem to be an expensive venture, but it is relatively cheap to run. The estimated average cost of power from a nuclear power plant can go as low as 4 US cents per kilowatt hour. Nuclear power is an economic source of electricity generation, combining the advantages of security, reliability, and very low greenhouse gas emissions. On the other hand, nuclear science and technology in the non-electricity applications continues to play a pivotal role in the various sectors of government. For example, treatment and diagnosis of disease in human health, mainly for cancer management, improvement of agricultural productivity through mutation breeding and pest control in food and agriculture, research and industry. So I'm very happy you had this conference here. The climate here is good. You don't have to warm the air. You don't have to cool it. You can just enjoy it the way you are. That's why sometimes Ugandans take life for granted. They think life is easy everywhere, but this is not the case. So it is now my honor to declare the African Nuclear Business Platform 2023. Was it not open already? Was it open already? I also add my opening to the opening.